We're doing a timing belt and water pump on a 2015 Acura MDX. This is the bottom cover. Mainly 10mm bolts. I'll go over all the bolt sizes. I'm at the last process now of taking the belt off. That's the crank, cam gears, the water pump's right there, the tensioner, and then that's a roller. And then I'm at the last step now where I'm about to take the timing belt out, so I'm just gonna take the roller off, and it's a 14mm. Those bolts you replace, make sure you torque them. As I get more subscribers, I'll have it more fancy videos, but you know, I can only do what I can do. This computer system is going to be in your way a little bit. You'll just have to finagle it. Be careful moving around because it is wiring and electrical. But that's to the gist of the timing belt and how it's routed. You have to use a battery tray bolt, as you can see back here. I got it off of the one over here. And then they want you to ground it down even so you can put it in the back of this tensioner, so then it doesn't, you know, you can't move the cam and gears because it is interference engine, so if they do move, your valves are going to hit your pistons. So basically it's just a safety, so it doesn't, if something does happen and it spins, you're good to go because the tensioner is held in place. But and then we'll go on the other side. I got the you have to take the engine out, and of course you're gonna have to put it on the, as you can see, you have to put it on the engine mount. You have to take it out. So there's two pieces to it. There's uppers, it's a 17, 14s, and then the lower. And then you got the right and left side covers, and then you have to put it in TDC before you start working on it. So you know you've got your, you can check your TDC marks for your cams right there. These are all the bolts for the covers. There's not any difference in any of them. They're all the same, 10mm. Then you got a couple random 10s here and there. And there's the other portion of the cover. And then I'll show you the timing marks. I'll use a mirror. So then the mirror, if you look in, you can see I marked them white. Just, you don't have to if it doesn't move, but I just do it just for extra, you know, precaution. But you can see the lines with a 1 right there. Same on this side. You'll see a line where it needs to be, and the crank as well. I'll go over here. Crank pulley will have the marks on it. So you see how there's a white mark on the back end. You want to mark it with the timing cover, which is right here. So this will be, you know, up on here. You'll have this around the crank, and then the arrow matches up with the white line. And make sure you're careful with that, because you can have this like this, but you'll have one cam gear out and then the other one in TDC. So you make sure, you know, your cams are in TDC. You make sure your crank's at TDC. And then, you know, you have to finagle it because the engine mount hides behind this. And then make sure all your timing covers, make sure you look at your gaskets and they're all back in place. The tensioner for the serpentine belts right here. The bolt for the bottom one is a 12, so this bolt. And then you'll have a Allen on that, so it's just a 12 and then an Allen. And the Allen is an 8. So it's 8. And then again, you'll have, you know, that's a timing belt or timing cover bolts, and you can just tell because they all fat heads. And then just, you know, check rollers and bearings as you go. To take the crank bolt off, it's a 19. They make tools to lock them in place. But here's the bolt for that. Then this cover goes over. And you can see I marked it. Just, you know, you don't have to do it. I mean, But this one, since you're not locking cams in the crank and it's self-floating, just in case, because you know you're working up top or bottom and you might hit it or something going on until that belt's off. So I just do it just in case. And what I do is I just transfer the marks over to the new one. Other belts like Subarus or other manufacturers, they'll have the markings on there where they need to be aligned with the cams and the crank. But you see how that sits in there like that, and then you got the crank pulley. But again, guys, sorry for the videos. I'm just starting out. If I can get more subscribers and likes or whatnot, I'll make better videos. So that's the gist of it. But they got, we got the tension ring rollers. There's a new bolt. You want to replace the bolt for this. Oh no, hang on, for the roller. More rollers, and they give you a new cover. I'm going to replace the crank seals and cam seals. Might as well, since you're over there. I'm putting a new belt on because the other belt was busted. A water pump and the water gasket. You see, it's not like a. But then the belt, I'm just replacing it because you might as well replace it because you can tell. So I can see. Starting to crack. Not too bad, but you might as well just replace it while you can. My customer of mine has kids, which doesn't matter, but I mean I just like to be extra cautious on that just in case they're traveling. But the bolts, this is mainly what I used. Again, I'll make better videos with stuff like that. It's a 14, this is a 10. A little extension just in case, another extension, a mirror. 17 is for the engine mounts, and then I got a stubby 10, and then the light, and then you can just use whatever mark you want to do to make it self easier. But once you get it all apart, that's the last thing you take is this. And it's got Loctite on it, so it's gonna be tight. You take that out, just be careful getting it off all easy. After we get that off, I'm gonna change the water pump, do the crank seals and cam seals, and then put it all back together. And then again, I just mark them just to make it way easier on me. But that's the gist of how to do a timing belt water pump cam seals on this Acura. The engine on this, you'll have to take the cover, all that. The way you can tell if the engine is, you can look usually on the manufacturer. Let's look real quick. So we've got, it's a 2016. You see group, it's just 3.5. This is a 3.5. And then this will tell you everything that's dealing with emissions that is on the vehicle. And of course, Acura is Honda, Honda's Acura. Same with Lexus and Toyota, Toyota's Lexus. Just a higher tier brand. Make it marketing, just more luxury. But that's the gist, man. And if you like the video, just like it, subscribe. If you want to help me out and I can make better videos and stay, try to stay informative. But yeah, this ground, of course, is a 10. It goes on the top of the motor, engine mount right here on the side. But that's it, man. I appreciate it.